And welcome back to ETV, entertainment television everywhere in the Treasure Valley. All right, big question. Team Edward or Team Jacob? That's the big question that's facing Twilight fans everywhere. And to fill you in with a preview on Twilight, here is Sean the Movie Guy.
Teenage girls and their mothers are rejoicing as Twilight Eclipse storms into theaters, widely expected to be one of the biggest hits of the year.
Someone's creating an army.
An army of vampires?
Hold up. What damn army?
Story-wise, the third Twilight film continues to follow Bella as she struggles to balance her love for the vampire Edward and her friendship with the werewolf Jacob. One's got great hair, one's got killer abs. What's a girl to do?
Doesn't he own a shirt?
The film has plenty of teenage melodrama and even more action this time around as the vampire Victoria has raised a vampire army in her quest for revenge. Can werewolves and vampires work together? More importantly, can Bella survive long enough to attend her upcoming high school graduation?
I like to think of Eclipse as the height of the love triangle.
Also opening this week is The Last Airbender, based on the Nickelodeon animated series. Set in a world where kingdoms are aligned with air, fire, water, and earth elements, this is the story of one young boy who is the key to healing his war-ravaged kingdom because he alone can manipulate all four of the elements. M. Night Shyamalan directs this big-budget kung fu epic aimed directly at kids.
I'm a martial arts freak and been dying to figure out a way I can make a martial arts movie. Something really significant, you know, something different.
And that's what's new at the movies this week. I'm Sean McBride, the movie guy for ETV.
And as the Twilight saga continues, to tell us more about it is Sean the Movie Guy. And I heard you went to the midnight screening.
Yeah, I wasn't able to get into a pre-screening of this, so I went and saw the 2:45 a.m. screening.
Oh.
You know, the Boise Spectrum
Right.
had 9 screens sold out at midnight. And also, they had a 2:45 a.m. that I think was pretty sold out. It was packed, stuff. Crowds all over the place. We were just chatting before the show as well. Meridian, I know that they had a bunch of screenings at midnight. People were all over this Twilight thing. You know, we got into a little fight over Team Jacob or Team Edward, and I'd take the cameras around and we'd say, which are you? And they'd all be screaming, Team Jacob, and then the Team Edward guys on the other side would. I shouldn't say guys because it's 95% females.
And you said it's 95% females that are like 40 plus, right?
There were a lot of older women with their daughters pretending like that they were there to help their 13-year-old girls see the movie. No. This is all about the mothers that want to check this out. And it was so much fun trying to watch them figure out, are they Team Jacob, Team Edward?
Yeah. Team Jacob all the way. Yeah, Team Jacob. I don't think I'm a really big fan of either of them, but I'm a big book fan of Edward.
Do you want a fiery, young, little man with a hot temper, or do you want a very nice, cool, calm man who's been around for 100 years who knows how to treat a woman?
And he's low.
So, Sean, the big question, Team Jacob or Team Edward? What's it going to be?
I've started a new camp. I am Team Victoria. Victoria is the vampire trying to kill the Cullens and stuff. That should tell you a little bit about how I feel about the Twilight movies. I'll be honest with you. I don't think they are a good series of movies. I think cinematically, I think they're mediocre at best. And ethically, I think I have some real issues with the moral, the themes of, what do we tell young high school age girls how they should behave around boys? I think it's kind of dubious, That being said, I must begrudgingly admit that this is probably the best of the Twilight movies I've seen. If for no other reason than it's more cinematic. There's more action. I think the special effects stuff with the wolves is particularly quite good, actually.
Nice.
And this time around, you have both Jacob and Edward, who is the vampire and the werewolf, this love triangle with this human woman, Bella. And they are both in this movie at the same time, whereas in the past movie it was usually one or the other. Having them both together means that there's more conflict, more drama. It makes the film just a little better. I think it's the best of the three. I think that is damning with faint praise. I don't think it's a good series. I'm not a big fan. And hey, Twilight's not the only film. We should mention that Frank Marshall, who is a producer that lives here in Boise at times, he premiered The Last Airbender, and we had the opportunity to speak with him about why he's coming to Boise. Why are we premiering this in Boise?
Well, we need a Northwest premiere, don't we? And I think Idaho's a good place to premiere the movie. Everybody gets very excited here, and in Hollywood, everybody's nonchalant. We do this all the time. And up here, it's a fantastic day. And Boise's given me a lot over the years, and I find this is a nice way to give something back. And spent a lot of time at the YMCA since the 70s, and they're a great organization. And the Boise Contemporary Theater is a fantastic cultural event here, and so it's nice to be able to help them out.
So that's just an excerpt, and if you want to see the entire interview we had with him, go to eTVEverywhere.com for the whole interview there. Amy over at Boise Weekly also interviewed them, and I think we're going to put her interview up, or obviously on BoiseWeekly.com.
And what have you got for the flicks?
For the flicks, one new movie, the Joan Rivers new movie, as sort of a look. Joan Rivers, A Piece of Work, is opening up there. If you're a fan of Joan Rivers, you'll certainly want to check that out. Over on new DVD, I would guess that the big one is Hot Tub Time Machine. But I got to be honest with you, Percy Jackson and the Olympians, the Lightning Thief, I thought that was actually pretty good. So, new theater, really nothing in theater this week. They're all sort of closing or opening next week, except for the Idaho Shakespeare Festival. I went and saw Midsummer Night's Dream this past weekend. Thought it was wonderful. If you haven't seen it, go check it out.
Sounds like a great one. Thanks so much, Sean. ETV, more of it headed your way right after this.
Get ETV Entertainment Television 24 hours a day when you log on to eTVEverywhere.com.